Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, and tonight we're on the red carpet for the New York premiere of Warner Brothers' newest comedy, The Nice Guys. We'll be chatting with all the stars, including Russell Crowe, Ryan Gosling, Matt Bomer, and more, so get ready for a great night behind the velvet rope. Healy and Holland. These might be my two new favorite PFFs in cinema.
Cool.
Talk to me about your character. He's a rough guy. He's a bit of a trip. Talk to me all about him.
Well, it's a movie that's set on the West Coast, but I sort of thought that, dislocating the character might, add to a few things. So he's definitely from around these parts, and probably has had 15 or 20 years in the Navy. Find himself dumped off in San Diego with a small pension and nothing really to do and no responsibilities because he's been in the forces for so long. So that's a great and very sort of, fruitful place to start a character from. And Ryan's character, he plays a private detective who's, 9/10 con man, really. But my character is looking up at a character like him, saying, well, maybe one of these days I can be as cool as that.
You're an Aussie, so being able to do accents, this New York accent, I think it was a New York accent. What was it like? How hard is it for you to actually break that accent and get it correct, especially when you've got to do monologues?
Not really that hard, but that comes from watching way too much TV as a kid, for a start. And then, 27 or whatever it is years of doing lead roles in films and being that musical facility being called on, And I love the way a New York accent fits into my mouth. You know what I mean? I find myself, dropping down an octave and a half in my natural speaking voice, and it just sort of rumbles out, and I just felt it was, just as in I also tried to have it be physically completely different from Ryan as well. There's sort of those two little elements, I think, add to that mix of why these guys connect.
Talk to me about getting to work with Russell, because your characters couldn't be more polar opposites, but more fun because of that.
I'm a huge Russell fan, I've been a fan for a long time. Always hoped I'd get to work with him. I never imagined it would be in something, where we're chasing mermaids and talking to giant bees, but, it was a really fun way for it to go down.
I love the physicality on this movie. Obviously, there's that one scene where Russell breaks your arm and tells you what your injury is going to be. Talk to me about the physicality involved with this movie. As an actor, did you ever get hurt? What was it like preparing for a role like this?
I had an incident with the cappuccino machine at the catering truck, but I don't think that counts, does it? No, it doesn't really count. Other than that, I was fine.
I heard you describe Holland as a schmuck.
Yeah.
When you get to play a character like that, talk to me about the fun involved, because it's just got to be fun.
Yeah, it really was. It was fun on so many levels. Getting to work with these guys, I grew up on their movies. Getting to work on such great material, just never knowing what was going to happen every day, and then coming to this and getting to watch it with an audience and seeing how much fun they have watching it. It's been a great experience all the way around.
So you're the villain in this movie.
Yeah.
Talk to me all about this assassin you play.
I play a cold-blooded, heartless assassin named John Boy, who is a ruthless killer who comes in the visage of John Boy from the Waltons, which is a testament to, Shane Black's twisted brilliance, that he's got this inherent dichotomy in his bad guy.
You get to work with these two guys. Unbelievable.
Beyond a dream come true. I learned so much watching them and just had so much fun with them. And, they're two great icons who I had completely unreasonable expectations for, and they completely exceeded them professionally and personally.
Has a Lethal Weapon feel, which would make sense because you and Joel have done that before, so talk to me about it.
Well, at least that's 30 years ago. I mean, God, am I a blessed guy to have the luck and just to be viable after that long and still be doing movies at a level that is very satisfactory. And I can blame, in a way, Joel Silver. He's the guy who's been a real proponent, not just of this kind of tough guy movie, which he does better than anyone else in the world, but he's worked with me for 30 years. It's a real short-handed relationship, and the two of us have a great deal of fun together. We got actors sent straight from God, and they were our first picks. When does that happen? You get the first picks. It's a lot of fun. This was a great process.
When you look at, obviously, the dichotomy between Russell's character, Holland and Healy,
Yeah.
did they just fall right into it? Was it like slipping on?
Oh yeah, they
Shoots.
had the script and they look at it. They do what good actors always do. They rolled up their sleeves, they took a pen, and they really went to it. By the time we met before filming, they had this thing that actors do, where in 20 minutes they suss each other out, and you swear they've known each other for 20 years. They can snap into it because they're looking for ways to listen to each other and feed off each other. And that's how that chemistry is achieved. It's because before shooting for a very short period, they just get into each other and figure out how can I feed off of this and use this guy. And they're just brilliant.
I've worked with him for 30 years. He wrote Lethal Weapon in 1986. So look, we worked together on this movie, on Lethal Weapon. We worked together on Last Boy Scout, on Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Now this, I mean, but this is not a comedy. This is a mystery. It's a thriller, but it's very funny. Very funny.